welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's Tag Tuesday is going to be the birthday tag. So my birthday is coming up on Thursday, January 24th. It is my 25th birthday, which is kind of freaking me out, but we're gonna pretend like it's not. And so yeah, I found this tag called the birthday tag, and it's pretty short and simple, but I thought it would be good to do on my birthday week. So here we go. Okay, so question number one is obvious. It is when it's my birthday, and that is on Thursday, like I said, January 24th. Again, I kind of gave away the second question too. How old are you turning? I'm turning 25. Number three is, what is your favorite present you've ever received? Which is really tough. Because my birthday is in January, and so a lot of the times like what I got for presents kind of blurs together with what I got for Christmas. Because it was so close to each other. It's just like things I got new at that time of the year. But I guess it doesn't actually specify birthday present, but I'm assuming it meant to. I mean, the most recent thing I can think of is actually the camera that I'm recording on. My mom got it for me as a present for both Christmas and my birthday, so I guess that kind of counts. And yeah, it was a really great present. I really wanted it and needed it really badly in order to make videos for you lovely people. So yeah, that's probably one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. And I'm sorry if you're like, I got you this thing and it was amazing and you loved it. I probably did, and it probably was amazing. Memory's not so great. Number four is, did you have a party this year? Kind of not. So our friends always come down. They live all over the province. They come down, or we go to them. And New Year's, for New Year's Eve, that's kind of like our Christmas. We do an exchange. We kind of make sure we get together because we don't see each other as much as we used to, which is sad. And so this year, Nick planned, we always do an escape room on Christmas Day. Or not Christmas Day, New Year's Day. But this year Nick also planned a little surprise for me, and we went, after going to do the escape room, we actually ended up doing two that day. We went to a place called Kingpin in Cambridge, where it's like a bowling alley and an arcade, and they have like VR and they have all this stuff. So that was really awesome. We got to play a couple rounds of bowling, and then we played on the arcade for like an hour. So yeah, that was kind of like my unofficial birthday party, because we didn't want to ask people who have to drive 8 hours for New Year's and then turn around for a couple weeks and then drive back again in a couple weeks, when we could just celebrate now because it's close enough. So yeah, other than that, I think Nick and I are going to be going out for dinner on Thursday, and my mom was coming into town on the weekend, and we're gonna go shopping, I believe, as my birthday present, instead of just her getting me something that we can go pick it up together, make a day of it kind of thing. So yeah, nothing crazy. Number five is, how do you usually celebrate? Normally I celebrate kind of in the same way as I'm celebrating this year. Nick and I at least go out to dinner on the night of, usually my choice, and I can get a little bit more than I normally would get away with getting, dessert and everything. Usually there's something to do with friends. I guess I haven't really organized. That was what New Year's was. But normally at least like a couple people who live closer are able to come to town and we can do something. And then I do something with my family. Actually, so my family has a ton of birthdays in January and February. So they're gonna be having a big party in February, because half the people whose birthday it is are like in Florida right now. So they're having like a get together then. And so that's like for the family side, and then I do something with Nick, and then sometimes I do something with my friends. So I usually just kind of break it up. I'm not someone who like wants to go out and party and like go to the club or whatever. Like, that word sounds actually dumb coming out of my mouth. But yeah, I'd like to have a really, really good meal and maybe play some video games. Number six is, what is the most memorable birthday you've ever had? And I would have to say, I don't remember which birthday it was, but one year we decided to go tobogganing for my birthday, because it's in the winter and there's no actual fun things you can do in the winter except for go tobogganing and go skating. Those are like your options. So we decided to go tobogganing. And so we went to this giant hill in Sarnia to go tobogganing, and so it's like a oblong hill, and so there's like kind of like four main sides to it, and three of the sides are fine just to go down on. One has woods on it, but it's like far away, but the other side has like a ditch at the end of it, so you're not supposed to go down that side because you're not supposed to. But we learned that if you start like a quarter of the way up the hill, so you don't have as much momentum, you just kind of like plop down into the ditch that's like full of snow, so it doesn't hurt very much. But my friend who was like, I don't know, not paying attention when we were doing this, or was like at the other side of the hill or whatever, she just saw us landing in the ditch. And so she decided to go from the top of the hill down into the ditch. And she totally just body slammed onto the ground, and she was so hurt. We had to call the ambulance to come and get her. We thought maybe her like back had broken or something crazy like that. Like, she couldn't move. And so we had to call the ambulance to come drive into like the middle of this field and like pick her up. And so yeah, and then after that I just had to go and like have my birthday party because, you know, there's plans to go back to my house and have cake and stuff like that. But luckily she was okay. She ended up coming over later that night after everyone else had left to be like, hey, happy birthday, sorry I missed the cake, I was in the emergency room. But yeah, very luckily she was okay. But yeah, Jenna, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're laughing, but I'm sure this is your most memorable birthday as well of mine. Number 7 is if you had an unlimited amount of money, what would you do for your birthday? An unlimited amount of money. This one's tricky because it's like, okay, I have an unlimited amount of money, but I don't have unlimited amount of time, so I can't like travel the world. So I'd probably do something like go to, I'd probably buy a VR machine as like a birthday present to myself. And then like just play VR all day. I was gonna say I would go to the VR cafe in Cambridge or in this area called Control V, but why would I do that if I can just own it myself? So yeah, I would buy that as a birthday present to myself and then just like play it. And also a Nintendo Switch, because I don't have one of those yet because I'm bad at being a gamer. Number 8 is what's your birthday wish list? I mean, I kind of said the two things that I low-key want but high-key don't want anyone to buy for me for my birthday. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything I need. Like, board games are always good, new books are always fun to get, clothes are always fun, gift cards, like, there's no special what I'm asking for. This is why my mom and I are going shopping for my birthday too, is because I couldn't really come up with anything that I wanted to ask for specifically. Number 9 is if you only had one more birthday, what would you do with your birthday? Assuming that this means like I'm having my birthday and then I'm dying, I would probably just spend it with like my closest friends and family, do something chill, have like a really good meal, have like a giant cheesecake for dessert, like just hang out, maybe do some sort of activity like go camping or something like that, but something like really chill. Oh, number 10 is show a picture from your birthday, preferably an embarrassing one. I'm gonna have to go and look through my pictures. I didn't know this was gonna be a question, so surprise to myself and to everyone watching. This is the picture I chose. Hopefully it's embarrassing. Do you have any birthday traditions? Not really. My new tradition is with Nick just to grab some dinner out that night. Make sure we do that. I usually play some video games or watch a TV show afterwards. I'm being such an old lady. Like, I know I'm not that old, but I feel like I'm so old. It's like, oh, what do you do for your birthday? Well, Nick and I like to just sit down, have a cup of tea, do a crossword together. Like, sounds so elderly, but yeah, that's what I like to do. Number 12 is what is your favorite part about your birthday? I think my favorite part is that I get to be kind of, not selfish, because I would never want to be selfish on purpose, but I get to be like, I get to celebrate myself kind of thing. Like, normally I feel guilty about that, or I feel out of place, or I feel like I don't deserve it, but on my birthday I like give myself free reign to just be like, it's my birthday, I'm amazing, life's amazing, like, hooray for me, accept all the presents and the well wishes from my friends and family kind of thing. So that's my favorite part about my birthday. Number 13 is what's one thing that's changed a lot since your last birthday? I was engaged at that point, but I wasn't planning the wedding yet, so now I'm planning it and it's like coming along quite well actually. A lot of the big stuff is already done with, so I guess that's changed a lot. Number 14 is have you ever thrown a surprise party or had one thrown for you? I've never had one thrown for myself, but I have a pretty funny story of one time we tried to throw one for our friend Scott. So it was when we were all in university, and so we decided that we were going to throw him a surprise party, and we all told him at different times because he was asking us like if we were free the day of his birthday because he probably wanted to go out and get drinks with us or something, and we all were like, oh sorry, like I have to study, or like I have to do this thing, or I have class, or like whatever, and like gave him all these excuses, and we're like, we're really sorry, like maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks like we can do something, and so we got a sister in on it, and she decided to offer to take him out for drinks that night. aka taking them out of the house while we like cooked dinner and like decorated. So they left for their meal and we all were pretending that we were studying, and then they left, and then we decorated and we made a nice steak dinner, and we had bought him a bunch of drinks that he could have that night and all this stuff. But what's really funny is, first of all, the excuse that his sister used, Chris, the excuse that she used was to get back to the house was that they went to drinks and then we're gonna go to dinner, and she said that she had a coupon for the dinner place that she wanted to go and get. And so Scott was like, sure, why not? Like, I don't care, I'm gonna be Scott about it. And so we see them like coming down the road, and we like turn the lights off and we're like, hi, stuff like that. And as soon as they open the door, we all jump and yell surprise, obviously, but I was like right by the front door because that's where the light switch is, and so someone needed to be right there and switch it on. And so he opened the door, lights go flying on, I'm an inch from his face, everyone else is in the room like screaming, surprise. And then when he goes to close the door, a balloon that we had hung near the door gets popped by the door. And so his little look on his face was just like, what is happening? Like, it was so much stimulus at once. It was nuts. So he was extra surprised, and also probably had heart palpitations. But yeah, it was a great little reveal. And then we just had like a fun night afterwards. So yeah, that is a surprise party that I threw. I love surprise parties. I would love to throw more. Anyways, so that is the birthday tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, in which I will be 25. So I will probably look very different later days.